Okay, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley. A little bit of difficulty starting the class, but we're on now. This class will be an English conversation class. Basically, all levels are welcome to join the class. Simple conversation. Our overall topic will be animals, talking about pets, wild animals, conservation, zoos, whatever, anything and everything related to animals. A little bit of description, a little bit of opinion, preference questions. This is a very common topic in many of these standardized English exams, such as IELTS and TOEFL and CAE. Fairly common topic, animals. So, join the class and we'll try an open-ended conversation. Of course, I will give you feedback regarding any problems with your English, pronunciation, sentence construction, or I may even make vocabulary suggestions. Okay, so our topic is animals. Are you into animals? Do you like animals? Do you know anybody who works with animals? All right. Again, all levels are welcome to join the conversation. Let's get started. Come on in the class. Waiting for students. Come on in and we'll practice our English conversation skills. Okay. I myself like animals. I'm an animal person. Plants hate me. Plants all die when I get a plant. It's like a death sentence. However, very good with animals. Usually dogs like me, even kind of mean dogs. Dogs used to love me when I was a chef because I smelled like food all the time. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Okay. Well, waiting for students to join the class so we can converse. Conversation class. It's a little hard to do by myself. I feel a little crazy. All right, come on in and join me. We'll talk about animals. Do you have any pets? Have you ever encountered a wild animal in nature? Have you ever been to a zoo? Simple questions regarding these things. Okay, now we can start. Hi, Ken. Welcome to the class.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm okay. A little lonely, but
Okay.
better now that you're here. How are you today?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
A little sleepy, but okay. You know, Monday. It's Monday. Yeah, okay. Our general topic today, just an open-ended conversation class. We're going to talk about animals. So, Ken, have you ever had any wild animal encounters?
Yeah. Recently, I sometimes see raccoons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raccoons.
Raccoons.
Okay.
little bit different American raccoon, probably. But it's very quick. They are very quick. So,
Yeah. Do they have the mask like American raccoons have like the black mask? They look like they're
yeah,
bandits.
probably yes, yes.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
very quick. I don't see them so long time.
Yeah.
One time I was driving through the rice rice field area, and I saw a strange man in the rice field in the win. It was in the winter time. There's no rice, but there's no plant there. But then
Mm-hmm.
the rice field, that small strange man is there. So we stopped the car and watched that.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized it was a monkey.
Oh, okay. All right. Huh. Okay. That's interesting.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
usually, I didn't approach wild animals because it's wild. Since it is wild, it could be dangerous.
Because
Yeah.
it's wild. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Do are raccoons in Japan
Hmm?
pests? Back to the raccoons. In the United States, they're always like getting into your garbage
Mm-hmm.
or making a
Oh, yeah.
mess, breaking into your house. They really are bandits. Their little
Mm-hmm.
hands are very
Mm-hmm.
adept. They're very good at
Mm,
breaking and entering.
probably, but not so many raccoons. And when I was a kid, I've never seen raccoons, so it might, related to the environmental damage around here.
Hmm.
Because I
Really?
mean, in the mountain, there's no enough food, so the inhabitants, spread to the human inhabited area.
Ah, okay. Right. Uh, yeah. Okay. One of the weirdest things I've ever seen was I saw deer in like in the middle of Los Angeles.
Oh my
What are you
God.
doing? Are you lost? Well, because of the habitat being encroached upon, Los Angeles is such a sprawling city. It's so
Mm,
spread out. It's just spread out into the mountains, and I think the animals are confused by the whole thing. So
mm.
uh, you know, Carolina has joined us. So let me say hello. Talk to Carolina for a little while. Hi, Carolina. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine. A little tired, but okay. We're gonna take it easy. Nice, easy conversation class. Now, okay, you've had your your avatar for Google's a cat. So we're
Yes.
talking about animals. Do you have cats? Do you have pets?
Yes, I have two cats.
Two.
The two. The older one is with me 18 years old.
Wow, really?
Yeah, really. Yes,
That's old for a cat.
yes. And the other one is her daughter, and she's with me 15 years old.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
What did you say? The younger one is what? Did you say their
15.
name? No, no. You said
Ah,
like heart powder or something.
her daughter.
Daughter. Oh, daughter.
Daughter.
Ah, daughter. Okay. Yeah. This is a case where you have AU, but it doesn't sound like ow. It just sounds like daw. So,
Okay.
daughter. Oh, it's her daughter. I get it. Okay. What are their names?
Camila, the older one,
Nice.
and Gabriela.
Nice. People names. Okay.
Yes, people name.
Do they frequently bring you gifts? Do they ever bring you gifts?
Sometimes, like butterflies. and yes, and mosquitoes maybe. And one
Really?
time he no she gave me a small
A small
dog dog
dog?
dog yes no dog
Uh,
dog.
dove. Oh, okay. Bird. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
That's nice. A bird. Yeah. I had a cat. I used to have a cat, and it would love to bring me gifts, but it would bring me like a snake,
Yes.
a mouse, a
Because
frog.
here in Bogota we don't have snakes or frogs.
Really?
Really.
Okay. Lucky you. Yeah. I had a cat, and my cat had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend was a skunk. Do you know what a skunk is?
Not here.
Do you have? Do you know what a skunk is? No.
No, I don't
You
know.
don't have skunks in Colombia? Okay. A skunk is an animal. It's kind of like a cat or a rabbit. It's a mammal. It's black and white. Has black and white stripes. It's mostly black with a white stripe down its back. And when it lifts its tail, it
Mhm.
can spray out a really, really disgusting smell.
Ah, okay.
Believe me, it's really quite horrible.
Yes.
So
We
my
don't we
cat,
don't have
yeah,
we don't have that. How can you say skunk?
skunk. Oh, here, I'll write it.
Skunk in Bogota too.
Yeah, yeah, they're not fun. I was once sprayed by a skunk.
Guacala.
It was terrible. It was terrible because I was walking. I was taking a shortcut between. I was going to a nightclub,
Mhm.
and I took a shortcut through a cornfield, and I didn't even see the skunk. But it was
Mhm.
so close. It's really weird when it's really close. You can't really smell it. You can, but it's kind of overpowering, so you don't really realize. So I got to the nightclub, and everyone was like, "Oh, what's that smell? It smells like a skunk." And I didn't even realize it was
Ouch.
me. It was disgusting. Very embarrassing. I had to
Yes.
run away. Run away. Yes. In the United States, dogs are constantly getting skunked,
Mhm.
call it, constantly getting hit by skunks or porcupines. Do you know what a porcupine is?
No, teacher, I don't know. Porky is like a pig.
Yeah, kind of. Uh, I don't know. How do you spell it here? Porcupine. Kind of like a pig, but it has it has like quills, which are like needles that
Ah,
stick out.
okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
the dog gets these needles or quills stuck in its nose, and the quills are like a pen. They're
Mhm.
hollow inside. Okay, they're hollow inside, so when they release the quill into the dog's skin, it fills up with air, and there's a barb.
Mhm.
There's a hook on the needle,
Mhm.
so it's stuck in their skin and it's hooked into their skin. It's really hard to remove, and it really
Yeah.
hurts the dog. You have to pull the quills out with pliers. Really nasty. Um, do dogs in Colombia have wildlife encounters? Is that common?
In Bogota, no,
Well, that's in the city, probably
no,
not.
yes, but in cities outside Bogota, maybe yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me go back to Ken for a minute. Ken, okay, do people's pets, cats and dogs, have encounters with other wild animals in Japan? Is that common or no?
Since wild animals, number of wild animals in the habitat area is not so many, so I think
Yeah.
it's rare. And even if they are encountered, like raccoons, uh, kind of escape from us very quickly.
Yeah,
So, mm, but
yeah.
I don't. Maybe some monkeys might cause a problem. It's not so small and it's clever. And if we, I heard from different person people, and the monkey walked on the street. Actually, not last field this time. Yeah. So it might cause a problem here if we encounter them
Yeah.
or tame them. And some people try to tame them. That's why they appeared. Yeah. Uh, and I remember one time wild boar appeared in this area, and
Really?
yes, and it was a I saw the news on TV. It's a nationwide news, so the news was on air all over Japan. A very brief time, but that my area, close to my house,
Famous.
yeah, famous. Yes.
Okay.
The It
Cool.
reminds me. Have you watched the Princess Mononoke? The Japanese anime called Princess Mononoke.
No.
Okay, the
Uh,
story is, the about wild, the environmental damage happened very, maybe it suggests environmental damage, but location is old time ancient Japan. But anyway,
uh-huh.
uh, they the wild boars, wild animal cannot live in the mountain because of the human activities. So that's the storyline. So appearing wild boar or such kind of thing, and yeah, reminds me that film plot. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Hmm. All right. Um, are there, whoops, are there many, do you have zoos in Japan? Yes.
Ah yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have, the kind of zoos that they call them safari zoos?
Mm-hmm.
You like drive around in your car and the animals are just running wild.
Ah yes. I'm not sure. It used to be have one in different prefecture, but yeah, Safari Park. Yeah, is in Oita prefecture next to mine.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever been to one safari park?
I've never been there, but when I went to city park is large because the American base camp used to be there, so it is a nice location and a big, large territory.
Uh-huh.
So now it became a park, and when I was walking around the park, I saw a peacock or some animals without cage. Maybe that park
Okay.
released some animals there.
Okay. All right. Uh, all right. Let me go back to Carolina. Carolina, how about in Colombia? Are there many zoos? First of all,
Yes, we
or zoo?
have a lot of zoos, maybe one for each city of Colombia,
Uh-huh.
but is there is like a small zoos, no like safari like you described, because we don't have, or maybe we have one, but I am not sure. Maybe in the Amazonian part of
Mm,
Colombia, maybe we have one, but I am not sure.
okay. And sounds like you're not sure. So you've never been to one of these places, safari
In,
type zoos?
in Colombia, no, but when I was living in Australia, I visited one in Brisbane,
Uh-huh.
and it was awesome.
It was awesome. Okay.
Yes.
And all right, in Brisbane. So what kind of animals did they have? Obviously, Australian animals.
Elephant, yes,
Yeah.
elephant, lions, giraffes, how can I say, rhinoceroses, rhinos,
Rhinoceros.
rhinoceros, um, tiger,
Deer. Yeah.
tiger,
Tiger. Oh, yeah.
tiger,
Oh, okay. Cool. And you could drive around.
and crocodiles, crocodiles,
Crocodiles.
croco,
Crocodiles.
crocodiles,
That's good.
crocodiles.
Okay, all right. And you could drive around through this park
Yes,
with your
yes,
car? Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
but kind of a special car, not with my car.
All right. Not with your car. Yeah, I sometimes there are problems in these safari parks, which I I went to one when I was pretty much well when I was a kid, and first of all, one thing, an ostrich bit my sister's hand. She was like 2 years old at this time. Reached its head right in the car, bit my sister pretty good. Uh, Also, we saw another car in front of us that was a convertible, you
Mhm,
know, and the
mhm.
monkeys went crazy. I guess they were feeding it, and the monkeys went crazy and ripped the roof apart to get inside. They had crackers or something, I don't know. So anyway, a little bit crazy. All right, Carolina, what do you think about zoos? Are zoos and these safari parks? What is your opinion about them? Are zoos a bad thing? A good thing? Are they
I
valuable?
think
Are they?
it depends on the zoo
Mm-hmm.
because, for example, here in Colombia, we don't have a good zoo because the condition of the animals are not good. And maybe it's a little space for the animals. For example, lions are living in a cage like 2 by 2. How can I say that? 2 by 2 meters.
Yeah,
It's a,
that's exactly how you can say it. You know, two.
it's a small one. It's a small one cage for them. So
Yeah,
for me, it's not a good idea that the animals lives in that condition.
yeah. Uh, 2 meters by 2 meters. They live in
Mm-hmm.
a cell or a cage, 2 meters by 2 meters. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I once. I don't know the name of it, so whatever. But I once went to a zoo, a very small zoo in New Jersey. It was terrible. It's horrible. Very too small, and the animals were not clean, and the cages were
Mm-hmm.
messy. It was not. It was sad. It was sad to go to that zoo. Felt
Yes.
depressed. So I know what you mean. Ken, what is your opinion? Talking about zoos,
Mhm.
safari parks. Okay, the whole thing, captive breeding. Is it a good or a bad thing to have zoos?
Maybe for animals it's not good because they have to be in a small cage, especially in a traditional zoo. They have to be in a small cage. I heard many animals suffer both physically and mentally in the cage,
Mm,
and a lot of human watches. It's pretty unusual for them. It may be stressful.
yeah. Uh, okay. Is there any value? Is there anything beneficial to having zoos?
So maybe we can watch or kids can watch the wild animal in a safe situation,
Hmm.
maybe. And some do try to rescue the wild animal who lost their parent or which is injured or
Hmm.
other activities.
Right.
Or
Uh,
breeding also. Panda is almost extinct, but a zoo is breeding. then.
Right.
So
Right. Okay. And Japan in the United States, there are spread all over the country. There are these usually just volunteers, like charity organizations. You were mentioning that they try to help wounded animals or whatever. So there's everywhere there are these places that do, like birds that break a wing or whatever, fox that breaks its leg, these kinds of things. Do they have those kinds of places in Japan?
I think so, but usually sometimes zoos is doing that such
Okay.
work too, or zoo or aquarium in terms of sea creatures.
Hmm.
And sometimes universities maybe facilities doing that, or national something is doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Is there are there active wildlife protection organizations?
I not so active.
Not so active?
Yeah, in America or in Britain, in my impression, because there's not so many
Hmm.
articles about that in the newspaper or internet
Hmm.
news about that.
Right. Yeah, in America they used to be it's settled down somewhat, but it used to be pretty crazy, really. Uh, uh, Whatever, breaking animals out of laboratories for testing, uh, drugs or what have you, and breaking them out of zoos and all kinds of craziness. Carolina, how about in Colombia? Are there organizations to protect animals?
Nowadays, we have a few more, especially for sharks in the Pacific Ocean.
Sharks, really? Okay.
Sharks, yes. I don't know because we have a unique space of sharks in the
Right.
Pacific Ocean of Colombia. So there are a lot. There are one of the organization that help because
Hmm.
there are people that like to, how can I say, hunt
Uh,
and take their tips.
okay. Well, you hunt an animal and you fish for a
Uh-huh.
fish.
Yes, there are people that are fishing the sharks to
Okay.
get the teeth.
Ah, okay. Fishing for the
Yeah.
sharks, just to
Hmm.
get the teeth, really.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Also, you said that you have a unique species, or you said
Hmm.
species. I think in many languages this is a one-syllable word. In English, it's two syllables. Species. Species.
Species. Okay.
Yeah, all
Species.
right. Right. Okay. All right. So there's an organization trying to protect, preserve this
Uh-huh.
shark. Carolina, do animals have rights? Animal rights. Are there laws about animals to protect animals in Colombia at all?
Mm, at the moment, no. But now there are we have election in 2 weeks,
Hmm?
so there are a lot of senators that they are proposing new laws for the rights for animals.
Really?
Really.
Interesting. Okay. Do you know what their proposals are by any chance?
Uh, how can I say that? For because in Colombia we don't have the culture that we don't care about the animals, so we have to how can I say it, educate people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they are proposing that if, for example, you see someone hitting or hurting a dog, a
Hmm.
cat, you have to say the police.
Okay. You have to tell the police,
Yes,
or you have to report it.
yes.
Better way to say it. You need to report it. Okay. Animal cruelty. Yeah. There's in
Cruelty.
the United States, of course, there's a lot of laws to protect animals, and they can take the animal away. They can even put you in jail
Mhm.
if they find an egregious,
That is
okay,
the idea that
injury.
some
Yeah.
politicians here.
Okay. All right. Okay. Uh, Ken, how about in Japan? Are there laws to protect animals? Can people
Mm,
go to jail for animal abuse, for example?
maybe it has, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay, maybe there is
Mhm,
instead of it has. Okay, maybe there is. All right.
mhm,
Here in the Philippines, there's basically nothing. Although I have to say, more and more, as Carolina was saying, I think there's more and more education. More and more, I used to see dogs two ways, either in a very tiny cage or just loose running in the street. But more and more now, I see people walking their dogs responsibly with a
mhm,
leash and
mhm.
like that. Ken, do you have are there loose dogs and cats running around in the city?
Actually, there's none nowadays. Cats
None.
sometimes, because some cats owner, release cats, and cats go away and return to the home. But the dog, in terms of dog, when I was a kid, there were some, but maybe they captures very quickly and kills. So yeah,
Okay.
I recently I saw the newspaper, the number of cat and dog killing in a public facility, yeah, in the kind of charts. And not so many media report nowadays, but maybe I'm not sure in the future. Maybe people begin to realize that. And Japan, Japanese mass media is pretty much controlled by the uh, exclusive club called press club.
Mm-hmm.
So if the
Right.
press club chose a topic, then most of the major mass media and the TV began to report the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a problem because uh, in terms of mass media, the information we get is pretty much controlled, limited.
Uh-huh.
So nowadays, internet is a one loophole. So because
Right.
before that, we didn't notice the existence of press such an exclusive press club because press club never report press club because they have the gain from that exclusive club.
Is that
So yeah,
like the rules for Fight Club? The first rule
so
of Fight
maybe
Club: don't
something
talk
like
about
that. So
Fight Club.
yeah, yes, nobody knows that in 1990, but 1990s before the internet. And but I took one class for Dutch scholars. He studied about Japanese politics, so he
Hmm.
mentioned about a press club, and that time I noticed, what? What's a mass media system here? And then internet appeared, and many people or many free journalists began to talk about criticize about press club. Yes,
Hmm. Interesting.
but
Okay.
still it's die hard. Yeah.
Okay. So they picked the topic.
Uh,
Oh, oh,
okay,
okay.
go ahead. Mhm.
No, I was. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Something.
And for former Democrat Party's government released a program for freelance journalists too. But now government became LDP, and Prime Minister is pretty, uh, you know, try to control everything. So they shut down the press club, the free journalists.
Hmm.
Again, they can appear the news conference, but they were Prime Minister never ever point out them. pointed out, even though they always raise their hands. It was ignored.
Wow. Okay.
And the recently UN Congress, so
Heavy.
press club is not in press club rule is not applied to UN Congress because it's UN, United Nations. So Japanese Prime Minister said a lot of spontaneous correction. So that he seems suffers and he seems crazy thing there. So maybe he cannot answer
Okay.
because of the script, without script.
Oh yeah, he gets confused. Okay. Okay, let me hang on. Let me welcome Sam to the class. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry
Great.
for being late because of internet.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Sam, to get back on our topic was animals, and the last thing we were talking about related to animals is we're kind of talking about animal control. In your country, do you have an animal control department, like whatever, emergency services, fire department, police department? Do you have an animal control department in most cities?
Can we say that department for wild animals like that? Wild animal. No,
Okay.
it's different.
Well, and
Yes.
that's not, there's two things, all right? There's a, okay, for example, in the United States, there's a Department of the Interior. Is a huge, it's like Department of Transportation. It's a huge area of the government that takes care of all wildlife, wild animals, forests, protecting protecting mineral rights and everything like that. Then what I was talking about is in United States, just as a model, every city has old school, you would call it the dog catcher. He catches loose dogs and cats usually, but also when somebody loses a pet snake or a crocodile or something crazy like that, they have to. In India, they have. I know that talking to other students that they have like special guys that take care of snakes, poisonous snakes that get into somebody's house. So the animal control is like a local guy who takes care of animals, whatever. So, do they have that kind of thing in Pakistan?
Maybe in a big city. I'm not sure. I don't know really.
Really?
Honestly, I don't know. Yes, because I live in a small city, so I'm not sure about that. But I know only these places, for example, they take care of, and especially a lot of animals, that now going to um, uh, maybe their um, species and varieties are going to disappear. Maybe in coming few years we will see that lot of, yeah, we have this department, and especially yes, they collect these all women, birds, animals, and lot of species, unique species we can say, or we can say that there are only uh, some variety of species are in our surroundings. So we have this, and they are trying to collect these animals and birds, every kind of animals, reptiles. So yes, we have this, yes. And we have different clinics here, especially, and especially we have wild life animals collection. For example, sometimes you see that there are some animals, and we can see that they come in our city, come from the forest, and they are trying to, yes, they are trying to protect them, and also to save their lives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, even though
So,
not on animals but also in fisheries as well.
Right. Okay. So you're talking about endangered species. Okay. Endangered is the adjective meaning they're in danger of becoming extinct. Right. Okay. Interesting. All right.
Yes, not sorry, not only dangerous, but for example, you know that we have lot of varieties of birds. They come from another, especially in winter season, when in Siberia, because they are very close to border of that. So we have lot of
Mhm.
birds, especially come in the winter season in December, because of the in Siberian place there the climate is not favorable for those birds, so they move from Siberia to here. So, so there are a lot of birds, and you can't imagine that how they look very beautiful. And many people they never say this kind of the birds, and they are of in a thousand and thousand numbers, not
Mhm.
only 100 or 200. Yes, and
Yeah.
yes we have, and yeah, so this we try to collect this, and some of them, you know that some are really very cruel person. They hunt these birds, and you can't imagine that they how they very innocent birds they hurt, and sometimes they just for eating purpose, and just for collect that and sell them to other places, because they are
Uh-huh.
very unique species, yes, for just earning the money.
Hmm. Okay. That's not good. Yeah, I where I'm from in the United States, nearby there was a wildlife or bird sanctuary for migratory species, and it was they just started it in my lifetime when I was a young adult, and it was really the most amazing thing about it. It was not a park. It was not a sanctuary. They just declared it and started it, and within just a few years it's not like they put a newspaper out or did television advertising for birds to come on birds, you can stay here and no one can hunt you, it's protected. They didn't tell any birds as far as I know, but in just a few years it went from some birds would be in this area to, like you said, thousands, 10,000s, tens of thousands of birds figured it out. I don't know how they figure it out, it's really quite amazing, but they more or less figured it out. It's so weird because you see them in this one area, but then outside of this area, there's no birds. Somehow the birds figured out that this is a protected area and they can't be hunted there. It's interesting. I thought it was kind of amazing. Okay, Carolina, over to you. Uh, Carolina, are there wildlife sanctuaries?
Wildlife.
Protected wildlife sanctuaries. Here, I'll write the word. Sanctuary is a place to be safe. So wildlife sanctuary, bird sanctuary.
Okay, okay.
Um, do they have parks where hunting is illegal? Uh,
Oh my God.
where nobody
We,
can build houses or anything? Do they have that in Colombia?
yes, we have like how can I say special parks like sanctuaries, like you say,
Mm-hmm.
in many different parts of Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
For example, near near Bogota, maybe 2 hours by car, we have a special one, and the the people who lives in that place is only Aboriginal or
Uh-huh.
indigenous,
Mm-hmm.
and they preserve the life in that place,
Mm-hmm.
like forests and animals.
Right. Okay. They have something very similar to that here in the
Mhm,
Philippines, in the mountains.
mhm.
Same idea, I think. Okay. And I wanted to ask you, how about in the city, in the cities, do you have a animal control department, like a fire department, police department, animal control department? Is that normal? A dog catcher?
We have one, but I think that the effort for that people is not enough
Hmm.
because we see, for example, in the center of Bogota, we see a lot of dogs on the street and also cats. So it's
Hmm.
not enough
Okay.
the effort.
It's okay. It's not enough. It's not effective.
Yes,
The
that is.
adjective. Okay. And what if I'm a dog in Bogota? If I get caught by the dog catcher, what happens to me?
Maybe someone call 911, and if you are lucky, you can find a house for you. But if not, maybe um, a homeless take care of you. Or maybe I know it's too sad for me. I don't know. It's
Okay.
terrible because sometimes that dogs or cats is died are died for people. So
Uh, okay. Uh, are killed.
are killed.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can't say are died. They're killed. Okay. In the United States, we have a I don't know what it is, a quasi sort of government, not really government. It's largely supported by private donations, but I think it also gets some government grants as well. This organization is called the Humane Society. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere in the United States has this Humane Society. Dogs and cats are caught by some animal control officer and they're brought to the Humane Society. Humane Society, first of all, is going to spade or neuter the animal, make it so they can't have babies,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to give them their necessary shots for rabies and distemper and what have you. Uh,
Two 2 weeks ago, do you know Jackson Galaxy, the charming of cats? Jackson Galaxy.
no, what's that?
He's famous on in United States. He
Okay,
has programs on Discovery Channel,
okay.
and he came to Colombia 2 weeks ago, and he did a conference for in Bogota, and they taught us about to be conscious about the the animals, especially for cats.
Mm-hmm. What's his name again?
Jackson Galaxy.
Jackson Galaxy. That's a heck of a
Yeah.
name. All right, I'll check it out. Okay. All right. So anyway, in the United States, they bring them to the Humane Society. Thank you for that. They bring them to the Humane Society, and then the magic number is 10 days. If as a human, I go to the Humane Society, I can pick a dog or cat. I have to, if I want to take them home as a pet, I have to pay minimum fees for the operation to spade or neuter and the shots, the distemper and rabies shot. So it's like I don't know, I can't remember, but $40 or something like that. It's not very much, and then
Mhm.
you take the dog or cat home. But if nobody takes them home after 10 days, they put them, well, as we euphemistically say, they euthanize them. They
Mhm.
put them to sleep. Is that what we
Yes.
say? Or euthanize.
In Bogota, the veterinarians are doing that job. For example, if I find a cat, I bring the cat of that veterinarian, and maybe they can find a good home for them.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. So let me go to Ken here for a minute. Ken, it's kind of where I was headed with our conversation earlier. I was curious if Japan has anything like Humane Society or not at all.
A
You said there's, yeah.
humane society means protecting animals or something.
Yeah, well, exactly as I explained, they take animals that are normally pets, usually dogs and cats, but maybe a few other types of animals,
Mhm.
and they give them all the necessary medical treatment, and then people can go to the Humane Society and adopt a dog or cat for a very, very
Mhm.
cheap
Yeah.
price.
Yes,
So anyway, yeah.
I think so, but it's not so vital. Pet industry very vital. In the past, maybe not a kind of human society, but usually people bring, pick up the stray dog and cat or somebody, maybe neighbor's pet, or uh, they take the pet from there. But nowadays, pet industry, everybody go to the pet shop to buy a expensive pet, and a
Uh,
purely blooded pet, a mixed hybrided pet. Uh, Pet are not preferable because they are not expensive. So such kind
mhm.
of system is very kind of twisted actually. It's a feature, it's not the stuff. And at the same time, a lot of stray cat were picked up on the street very quickly, and they were killed.
Mhm.
And so sometimes volunteer workers are kind of matching, the pet people who want to have pet, and that captured animal and captured dog and cat has
Mhm.
a matching event sometimes
Right.
happens,
Okay.
uh, but it's not so vital enough actually.
Yeah.
But I heard that in Japan, Japan have cat coffee, cat
Cat
cafe.
cafe. Yes,
Yes,
it's
yes.
a kind of one type of industry actually. They
Uh-huh,
profit, and usually cats they are probably from the pet shop, not from the street.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
They have what? You guys lost me.
Cat cafe or dog cafe or bird cafe. Inside of that cafe, cat
Yeah.
there, and people can enjoy, you know, with them.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know about this. All right,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. Uh, Ken, do you know what a puppy mill is?
What is it?
Puppy mill. Okay, you mentioned the whole pet industry. A puppy mill is basically a factory for making puppies to sell
Ah,
dogs to make a
yes,
lot of
I
money,
see.
and they're
We
usually
then as a breeder. Is it English? Breeder.
leader.
Yeah. Grow.
No, I mean I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know that word. Uh, I don't know that word as it pertains to
Hmm.
animals or pets or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, puppy mills are notorious for being, inhumane. Well, like really small cages and
Hmm.
blah 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 blah. Uh, Bad conditions.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Do uh, do most people have pets? Okay. Ken, real quick, we only got a couple minutes. What percentage of people have pets in Japan, do you think?
I don't know, but in my impression, maybe 70.
70? That high?
Yeah, because nowadays, a lot of apartment allow the owners, residents to have a pet, small dog or cat. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I would have guessed that. That's interesting. Okay. Sam, how about in Pakistan? If you had to give me a number. How many people do you think have a pet, percentage-wise?
I don't think so. A lot, as compared to Japan, we maybe half.
50%?
No, I mean that less. Not
Less.
because yes, it's less. I think maybe 20% or
Okay.
10% like that. Hmm.
Okay. So it's not really common to have a pet.
Yes, not very common, yeah. And but they would prefer to, that especially uh, animals, not animals, but we can say a pet like a chicken and
Hmm.
goat and buffalo. Yes,
Hmm.
but not like dog and cats. No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Okay. Domestic animals for
Yes,
some
exactly.
purpose, chicken or
Mm-hmm.
for meat or whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. I'd say in the United States it's like 80%. It's quite high. Carolina, what would you ballpark me a number? What percentage of people in Colombia do you think have animals or pets?
Maybe 70% too.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you know anybody who works with animals?
Yes,
Farmer,
I
veterinarian? What?
veterinarian. I have maybe three of my friends are veterinarians.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I had a friend who was a veterinarian in the United States. Good deal. He could get me good price for dog food, and he
Mm-hmm.
always gave me a great price for medical anything with my dog. It was good. Good friends to have, veterinarians,
Yes,
actually.
yes.
Yeah.
That is the reason because that I know them.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. It's very handy to have a friend who's a veterinarian if you have a pet. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Ken, okay, Carolina has two cats. Ken, do you have any pets right now?
No, I want to, but I'm not responsible for creatures now. Like, yeah, because I need to feed them and walk them. So, I don't, I just keep, uh, not keep, actually. I just watch dog and pictures on the Facebook or something.
uh, okay. Uh, Sam, you're asking the meaning of handy. Something's handy. It's convenient and useful. Maybe both. I can say, oh, I've got a pencil handy just in case I have to make some notes. It's handy. It's very convenient nearby. Or I can say that something is very handy because it's a useful tool to do something specific. Sam, do you have any pets? It's not slang. It's actually more
Okay.
formal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. I don't have right now, but I live in a place. We have a lot of cats,
Mm.
and not mine, but they live with us, and
Okay.
because yes, we live with us, but I think 10 or maybe 15 years ago, yes, I was a dog, and when died. So I was I think that due to some reason that, but after that I never keep another dog because I was so attached
Oh,
with him. Yes, and I was cry when he died. So after that, I think that because you know that especially the dog have very attached feeling with human.
sure,
So
of course.
yeah, so after that,
Okay.
yes, I think that uh,
All right.
it's not good. Yes, because
Okay.
yes, I was hurt.
Um, sure, I understand. I totally understand. Okay, we're out of time, so I will have to say goodbye to you all for now, and maybe I'll see you later today. Maybe not, but either way, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.